Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. Today we're taking a look at the 1998 Vauxhall Vectra SRI 2-litre 16 valve. Can't say I don't treat you. This is a request by Ika, who does some very interesting Gran Turismo challenge runs, none of them so far involving the Vauxhall Vectra 2-litre 16 valve. So this is a car added with the GT2 Plus mod. It is a car that was dropped before release, probably in favour of the GSI 2.5 V6, which is still in the game. Yeah, for whatever reason, Polyphony decided not to use this one, even though this one does actually show up in the thumbnail of the Vauxhall Vectra or the Opel Vectra, one of the two. It's actually the car that's pictured instead of the GSI, so it at the very least had a functioning body. I believe this one's had a few patches thanks to the GT2 Plus mod, and also some stats to make it actually fully functional. So, front engine, front wheel drive, 310 horsepower, 1,198 kilos. Not all that impressive. The standard car comes with 136 brake horsepower. Wow. Basically, I can't imagine this is too hard of a car to make because it's just the Astra engine in a Vectra, really. Anyways, it's going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track to the best time it possibly can. Current leader is the TVR Cerberus LM edition. That's set a time of 28.620. The Vectra unlikely to beat that. The Vectra is more likely to go around the Mugen Accord. That should be its target, 31.525. The advantage of the Vectra is that it has a turbocharger. The advantage of the Accord is it was lighter, I believe, so interesting conundrum. Also the fact that the Accord was not a Vectra, which is definitely going to help because Vectras are not known for being the most dynamic cars in the world. To be fair, this first generation Vectra, or second gen if you use the Opel version, but this is the Vauxhall version, so I will say this first generation. Actually not a bad looking car, to be honest. You can tell it was definitely influenced by BMWs and stuff, but it's actually quite a good looking thing, if a little bit bland. And the facelift was good too. The one that came after this was a real abomination to look at, but this one actually not too bad. But the seating position in this one's terrible. Interior plastics, fit and finish, actual production quality not so good, but still, the Vectra is here. They did that really cool sort of super touring tie-in version, which is more similar to the GSI in this game, as opposed to this 2-litre Retmobile one. Yeah, I guess they decided to go with the... Well, it's beating the Accord. That's actually quite surprising. That's a really good time, actually. Yeah, this does have more power, in fairness to the Accord, though. Let's always protect the Accord. The Vectra, this particular Vectra, I guess the reason it was dropped is because they decided the GSI was a bit more interesting and individual. Whenever trying to figure out why a car was dropped in Gran Turismo, it's always quite difficult, especially in GT2, where we could sit there and go, well, the reason they didn't want the 2-litre Vectra is because they felt like it would be rendered obsolete by the V6 Vectra, which is fair enough. And then you remember there's 3 Alpha 166s in this game that are the 2-litre, the 2.5 and the 3-litre V6. So I don't think a lot of the decision making on this one really made a lot of sense, but that's the way it is. In terms of driving this thing, it's very understeery. Very, very understeery. The engine is... I think it's because of the noise more than anything, but it feels very lazy, the engine, lethargic. Quite a lot of torque though, pushing it through, but actual handling wise, this is, well, as expected from a Vectra, a bit of a mess. We are going quicker on this run though. I didn't want first gear there though. Yep, okay, that's ruined it. That definitely could have gone quicker. I just decided to get cocky and use first gear in that corner, which I shouldn't have done. Oh dear. Oh well, actually 31.227, that's pretty tasty. The Vectra, yeah, it's quick. I mean, the torque's there. It really does pull like a train, this thing. It's just also unquestionably terrible to drive. I don't think the V6 is even really going to be that much better to drive, to be honest, but we'll see. Yeah, it was probably the usual 0.2, but that last lap was looking mighty good, but unfortunately, last sector, not so good. 31.227 will put this in to 13th place, beats out the Toyota Corona, Mugen Accord, Dodge Avenger, they're all quite similar. I think this is our fastest front-wheel drive 4-door vehicle so far. That's something for this to take away from that, I guess. Although it's a long way off being the quickest front-wheel drive car, that's still the Eclipse, 30.253. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching, and join me next time when I'll be driving something completely different. Until then, farewell.